So, good morning. Are you the type of person that finds it difficult to talk to people that you don't know, talk to people maybe that you've never met before? I was one of those people. Back in my early 20s, actually, I'll go back to high school. I just didn't like talking to people. We had a little bit of trouble in our home, and I think at times the anxiety caused me to turn inward. And so my sister says I held everything in. And so I wasn't much of a talker. Therefore, in high school, I would oftentimes skip classes and skip the whole day. I think, you could get away with this at one time. And one time I actually got a report card or some kind of report, something in the mail, and my mother approached me on it. It said I had skipped 28 days in a quarter. And I don't remember how I answered for that. I would oftentimes just get off the bus, walk into the woods, and I could spend hours there just contemplating, thinking about, processing conversations I'd heard or things that took place in the home. Anyway, so in my 20s, I had got involved in a business, an Amway business, and the idea was if you would arrange to share the plan 3 days a week, then you would be a success in the business. But I had a problem. I couldn't approach people. I couldn't talk to people. And I would just listen. I would hold it in. And so I knew this was such a challenge in my life. It was going to affect all areas of my life. But at that time, I wanted to be a successful businessman. I knew there was no hope if I couldn't get outside of myself and learn to talk to people. So I started going down to a restaurant that was on First Street in Yakima, Washington, and it was called JB's. I would walk in, I would sit at the counter, normally 2 or 3 seats down from maybe somebody sitting at the counter as well. I would order a cup of coffee, and I would work up the nerve or the courage, one or the other, and I would look to them and I would say, hi. Then they might respond back, hi. Are you from around here? No, I'm a truck driver. I'm just passing through. See, I learned that questions were my key. Questions are the key to conversation. And so there's no pressure on you beyond asking that first question and then following with another question. Oh, where are you from? I'm from Louisiana. I hauled a load of shrimp up here to Seattle. And I'm just on my way back. Got a load of apples, just loaded up. Oh, cool. Got any family? Yeah. I'm married and I've got 2 kids, two little boys. Oh, really? How old are they? Well, 7, 8. So I would carry on this brief conversation. I might even write those things down so that I could remember them. And then I would claim success. I would go out to my car and I would go home. The next day, the next night after work, I'd go back to JB's. I would sit down next to another stranger and then I would start all over again. Hey, how you doing? You live here? No, I don't live here, And so I would carry on. What kind of work do you do? Just any kind of questions. I didn't go with a loaded list of them. After a while, it became natural in my dialoguing with them, knowing my purpose there, so that I could just get used to talking to people who I had never met, who I did not know. And I did that for, I think, 6 months. But I literally conquered that barrier in my life so that I could speak to people anywhere at any time. Now, I'm now 67 years old. This was back when I was 24 years old, 23, 24. Now I've been to 14 countries speaking publicly, and I don't have that problem anymore. I can stand in line at a grocery store. I can talk to the person standing there. I can talk to the clerk. I can talk to people anywhere and start up conversation. And the key, literally, is questions. Try it. You'll like it. Let me say one more thing about that. The person that stays internal stays somewhat single dimension. In my opinion, when you engage with others, your life becomes multi-dimension. So the limitations on who you are and who you will become are truly limited. That if you're going to stay inside, or you're going to break through that barrier and get outside and talk to people, exchange, communicate, and it will add to the dimension of who you are as an individual. This will affect your family life. This will affect your business life. This will affect your social life. And this could affect your ministry if that's your place of involvement. So, once again, what's the key? Questions. Learn to ask questions. Thank you for listening. Oh, by the way, maybe you could hit the like button. Maybe you could share this with somebody you know. Maybe you can subscribe, and the next time I do a video, it'll come up in your feed. Have a great day.